Many of you know I'm a Scoutmaster, so I've got a pretty good bit of experience with all sorts of lanterns and flashlights and lights and stuff. Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at one of the coolest little light sources I've seen in a long time. That's the Nextorch pocket lantern. Coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So the folks at Gearbest were kind enough to send me one of these Nextorch UL360 pocket lanterns so I could show it to you. And I gotta say, I think this thing is really cool. First of all, it's a thumb-sized lantern, literally, with some really cool features that I like and I think you're gonna like too. Now, I'll be honest with you, when they first asked me if I'd like to take a look at this, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, it looks pretty cool, but I'll give it a shot. But when I got it in my hands and started playing with it, I realized, hey, this thing is really, really cool. So without a lot of rambling, stuff like that, let's take you down the old stump top. We'll talk about the specs of this thing, get to doing some of that pocket torch stuff. Okay, so this is the Nextorch UL360 pocket lantern. This features a Cree XP-G2 R5 neutral white LED, has two output levels, has the 10 lumen that you see here, and then also has a 70 lumen, which is a pretty good bit brighter. This thing runs on one AA battery, has a runtime of 3 hours and 20 minutes on the 10 lumens and 30 minutes on the 70 lumens. And you can see it's definitely very, very small. It's an impact resistance to 1 meter, and it has a IPX6 water resistance, which is basically not really long submersion, but it should be fine for any kind of rain or weather, anything you're going to throw at it. It's also got a magnetic base, which is really cool. It comes with a bungee lantern with this little carabiner here, which is also pretty cool. So it gives you a lot of options for mounting and hanging or whatever you want to do with this thing. It also just rotates 360 degrees, which is pretty cool. It's also got little detents in it here, so when you turn around, it stays there, and it kind of stays there, stays there. I mean, you can set it to whatever you want to, but it's got the detents at about every 45 degrees, so it'll stay where you want it. The way it works is, basically, you just put a AA battery in here, and screw the cap on, and then it's, you know, if you screw the cap one time, it gives you your light levels. You pop it one time, it gives you the low. Pop it again, it gives you the high. One thing I think is really cool is the magnetic base, because if you're maybe having to change a tire or do something like that, let me just stick it up here and show you. I mean, it stays where you put it. It's not coming off. So that's a pretty cool feature in my opinion, because it allows you to really stick this thing anywhere that's carbon metal. And if that doesn't work, you can always hang it up here. You've got a carabiner here, a couple of little clips on here. Just hang it up however you want in your tent or whatever. Just a very, very handy little light. So like I said, when I first saw this, I thought, well, you know, whatever. It didn't really look impressive when I saw the picture of it. But now that I've actually had a chance to try it out and play with it, I got to be honest with you, I really like this little light. So let's let it get dark and we'll just see how well this thing actually performs. Okay, so here is the Nextorch. This is on the 10 lumens, which is good for 30 hours. And you can see that it's, you just stick it on the table here or whatever. It gives you enough light to see on the table. You can maybe do something, you know, close up. If you need more light, you just twist it on and back it off again. That gives you 70 lumens, and you can stand it up and connect it to the, you see right now it's just connected to a citronella candle here, but plenty of light. Obviously you can see on the video, they got a lot of light here, so and you can kind of point it away from you if you want to kind of keep it from shining right in your eyes, but it kind of directs the light wherever it's pointing, which is pretty cool too. So you can just, you know, do whatever you want to with it. But that is the Nextorch UL360. After having a chance to use it and play with it and test it out, I really think it's a handy little light. A total eclipse of the sun won't look at Chuck Norris. Once again, this is the Nextorch UL360. It's available from the folks at Gearbest for about the $20 mark, including shipping. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Once again, thanks to the folks at Gearbest for sending this to me so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing, for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video with all your friends, and thank you so much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time. A Nextorch UL Get it right? Yep. Without a lot of rambling and going on, I mean literally, na 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 na.